It's off, Brian.
Okay, I got it. Well, Coach, I know I just asked you, but the new players, the identity of this group, have you seen it forming? Is it where you want it to be right now? What do you think?
No, I've been very pleased of where we're going with the identity. We're about where I thought I was, if not a little bit ahead of where I thought we'd be. There's some things, I know it sounds crazy, but, I talk about 1-0 all the time. But for me, sometimes my job is to look into the future, try to make the rest of these guys stay on 1-0 and those sort of things. But my job necessitates that I do look into the future. And so, even all the way back in December, I knew there were going to be some growing pains that we were going to have. And I have seen some of those, but I've been pleased at the response that we've made each and every practice.
10-3 last year, Coach. Do you feel like maybe last year solidified your time and your process and what you believe in and how you've built this program, knowing you had your most successful season last year?
In college football, they fire national championship coaches 2 years after they win it, so I don't know if there's anything ever solidified. I mean, I think it is a proof of concept that if we play and coach the way that we all know that we can and follow the process that it can work, yeah, of course. But, I mean, there's a lot of variables in that, and we know that we have to prove ourselves each and every day.
Traditionally, you have announced your starting quarterback at this day. Are you doing the same today?
I don't know if traditionally is the right way to put it. No, we're not ready to announce yet. We'll announce, shortly. This day is a little bit earlier than it normally is because of school starting a little bit earlier. We're not quite there yet, but when we are, you guys will know.
What are some things you're still looking for, and how are you evaluating that group?
Well, I mean, there's just it's a process. It's a long process, and obviously it's about moving the football up and down the field and ultimately scoring points. And obviously leadership is another quality of it. There's different ways to move the ball. But we got to be able to be accurate with the football and make great decisions. And who's going to help us score the most points and win the most games?
Ricky, you were top 25 in the country in almost every defensive metric you can think of. I think you've got 6 starters back. Can it be an even better group this year, and if so, how many?
Well, I think that, we really have 8 guys back who played significant time for us last year, and it's spread across all 3 levels, from defensive back, linebackers, and defensive line. So I think those guys are hungry. Our defense has played well in camp. Our offense has stepped up to the challenge and really given them some good looks and things like that. I think where we can continue to make play, we can continue to just be more consistent. We were really, really dominant in a few games, and maybe we didn't play our best football in a couple other ones. So there's always room for improvement, and I think we all know that. I think there's also some more turnovers in there that we'd like to get, even though we did generate a ton of turnovers last year.
25 turnovers
I know,
last year?
And if you look at, there's still some out there that we didn't get. And I think Coach Seiler and the defensive staff do such a great job of designing our schemes that we're going to give ourselves a chance at some turnovers, and we got to take advantage of those.
How much optimism does that experience on defense give you with what you lack on offense?
I think it probably gives us optimism on both sides of the ball, because when you watch our offense, they're still able to move the ball, right? And we know that as mentioned before, we know we have a talented defense. So there's going to be, we're very confident in what our defense can be and who they can be. So when our offense is able to move the ball against them, that says a lot about who they can be as well.
As you continue through camp, do you feel like you're further ahead now than you were last year at this time, or is it a different group so it's not as...
Yeah, I'm not necessarily into comparing and contrasting. There's a lot of different things that can go into that, even in terms of, maybe injury status of guys and things like that can affect how you practice that week, how you practice that day. So I'm not really into comparing where we are. I would say that we're where I want us to be right now.
New look receiver room. What have you seen from the receiver room? Who's standing out?
I've liked where we're at. We do some different things at receiver, and those guys, they have to be able to play fast. They have to be able to play with a lot of conviction, and I think they've done that. And we've been able to see a bunch of different guys step up and make plays on a daily basis. It hasn't been the same guy each and every day. That's been something that's been nice. I've been happy about that.
Have you named your team captains for this, or have the team captains been named yet?
The team captains have been named. They've been named internally. We'll probably put that out tomorrow, maybe the next day.
I think I ask you every year, Coach, and I know you're 1-0, but you guys always do a good job of scheduling. What do you think of the schedule overall this year? I know your opponents are your opponents, but Norfolk State, Tech, ECU coming here, it seems like a good schedule.
Well, I think the thing I love about our schedule is it's a regional schedule. It's like a real college football schedule. I mean, playing ECU, who's actually the nearest FBS opponent to us, playing Norfolk State, which is awesome, an in-city rivalry, being able to play, Virginia Tech, JMU. When you just look at the Sun Belt in general, I mean, these are people that you would want to play each and every week if you're just going to design a regional schedule. So I think that helps to our conference is something that really helps us out there.
Is there any chance that you would add a class of 2022 freshmen to the roster at this late hour? Do you even have room for any late additions?
Well, we may have some room. The reality of it is constant changing rules. While we've been talking, there was actually something that happened, right? There was a temporary restraining order put in today. What's that? Yeah, and so I think I need to find out exactly what that is. And the reality of it is, I think one thing that people have got to understand is these are temporary restraining orders or they're injunctions. They're not victories, and so these can go away real quick. So when you bring somebody in, they may not be able to play. And then there can be retroactive penalties if you do play one of those players, and the NCAA warns us all about that. So it's a very interesting time right now. I think the overall rule is a great rule.
5 for 5.
Yeah, well, we're going to call it the age-based eligibility rule.
You got the memo.
Yeah, that's right. But I think that there's also, it's also, the implementation of it, me personally, I thought it was a good implementation of how we did it. There has to be a cutoff somewhere, right? I mean, and that's just the reality of this situation. So, the thing I would always like to say is, when you're going, if I'm driving on a road and it's 55 miles an hour, and then when I go and fight the ticket, now the speed limit on that road 65, I was still speeding, right? Like the rules were the rules at the time that you had them. And so I think that that's one of the things that eventually we've got to be able to establish some rules and follow them if we're going to have any semblance of organization throughout college football.
Offensively, when it comes to this group and having a new play caller, Coach, like what have you seen from him in implementing his offense to that unit? Yeah,
Kody's done a great job. I'm excited to watch him call plays. I think he's do a tremendous job. He's done a tremendous job, scripting and calling. We've had a lot of call-up periods, and he's done a great job there. You can tell him and watch him, catch rhythm and really establish his own identity. So, we're gonna be obviously very similar to what we were last year, but there's gonna be nuances. Just any play caller is gonna have their own nuances and their own spin on things.
In an ideal world where everything goes right and to plan, what is the identity of this team in December?
I think anytime I'm the head coach, the identity of the team is going to be effort, toughness, and violence. I mean, that's what our identity is going to be. I don't care if how we get there. That doesn't mean that we might throw the ball 60 times a game, but that you can still do that with violence. You can still do that with effort. You can still do that with toughness. We may blitz 90% of the time. We may blitz 4% of the time, and either way, it's going to be that way. And I think one way that we're going to continue to see that is on special teams. That's always a hallmark of ours, and that's something we're going to continue to lean on.
Did JMU's playoff appearance raise just the ceiling for what is possible in the Sun Belt Conference?
I don't know if it raised the ceiling. I think it confirmed it. I always thought that a Sun Belt champion should be able to go be a member of the 12-team playoff. I've said that for a while. I know that there's other conferences that would disagree with me, but when you look at our record against the Power 4 conferences, when you look at our record against the other Group of 6 conferences, I think it indicates that we should be the ones representing the majority of the time. And so I think it just confirmed it, not necessarily elevated or anything like that. I always thought that the Sun Belt champion should be in that spot.
Do you use that, though, to show your guys what's possible in this league?
No, I don't need to. They know, right? They're very aware of that a team that they played and a 1-point game at halftime and everything was able to go on and be undefeated and play in the playoffs, and let's be honest, play well in the playoffs, and so I think that it's one of those things that they're aware of that. I don't need to bring it back up and those sort of things.
Other than the obvious points per game, is there a defensive metric that you value more than others that you think is really predictive when it comes to success at the end of 4 quarters?
Yeah, but I'm not going to tell you.
Much
There are a few. There are a few of those. I mean, and you're right, because yards per game that's not an indicator anymore. Time of possession is not an indicator anymore.
Yards per snap?
Yards per snap is a good one, and I will say that. I'll say that yards per snap is a good one. There's some other interesting ones, but yards per snap is a good one. And then there's some other efficiency metrics that are out there that I think are really good. And then also for me, it kind of changes year by year a little bit. I'll go back and I'll study the Sun Belt Conference and what wins in our conference and things like that. And there are a few stats, again, I'll keep them to myself, but there are a few stats that are going to lead you to winning that are a little bit different than some of the other conferences. Now listen, turnover margin, I'll be first to say that. Turnover margin is always going to be a great one, and that's an indicator. I think there's a lot of team stats, more so than necessarily offensive or defensive stats, that lead to winning. Turnover margin being one of them. That's a huge one.
You've called Kody a great football mind. What makes him unique? What sets him apart?
I think the thing that sets him apart is just his background playing certainly helps him. The fact that he played quarterback and receiver, so he has a good feel for a receiver and how you need to get open. But he's a running quarterback too, right? And so he's able to understand some of that stuff as well, like in the box play. But I also think it's just his ability to kind of vacillate between being very calm and then being very up. And he can go back and forth. He knows when to motivate guys. He knows when to, pull a kid aside and help him out with that. And that's part of being a football mind, because ultimately you've got to be able to motivate everybody, right? That's a huge part of football. And I think that's part of what makes his mind great on that.
On the flip side, Blake has been with you the entire time. How has that dynamic evolved over the years? Or is it the same as when you guys first walked on the turf here?
No, I mean, it's evolved. I mean, I've evolved as a head coach, so our relationship has evolved. I mean, we get to talk a lot about, he'll maybe bring something up. Hey, what do you think about this here? Or, hey, this is something that they're doing to us. How can I counteract it? Or I'll say, hey, just so you know, this play and this play are the same. They're the same play, because I'll kind of go over things, or hey, they're reading it this way, and I'll bring up stuff to him. And yeah, we bounce stuff off each other all the time. He'll talk about how I think maybe an offense would think about protecting this certain front or this certain blitz, and that sort of thing.
How appreciative are you of just that stability / loyalty at that position?
No, huge. I mean, it's huge, and obviously he's got a great family, and it's awesome to have him here. He's obviously a great football mind. If you look at our defenses in general, Vic wasn't here during the COVID year, but he's been here for all the actual seasons. Kevin Smith's been here since the beginning, and Remington's been here since the beginning. So 4 of our 5 guys on defense have been here since really the beginning. And I think that's what's helped us continue to evolve and grow and play better defense each and every year.
Guys, we got time for one more if you have it.
We don't need it, Eric. All right. Thank you. All right. Thanks, guys.
All right, we're here with Coach Serch. How are we doing today?
Wonderful. It's a good day to just revigor, get media going, and have a little day off for the guys to recover. So it's been nice.
All right, so you came here in the spring. What was it about the Old Dominion job that made you just jump at it?
Man, the ability to be able to coach the offensive line, re-engage and get back with my boy Cook. That was Kody Cook all the way. If he weren't here, it would have still been appealing, no doubt about it. Division I job. They've done a great job here. I have a lot of Hutch players here, so I'm very familiar with this program.
What's your philosophy as an O-line coach, and what can fans expect to see from your offensive line?
Physical. Attitude, have a swagger about yourself, know your job, play relentless, and get after these dudes.
All right, so when you came in January, it was January, right? You obviously had to put together a portal plan for what you wanted to see out of your unit. What was that plan, and where are we at in the plan?
Right now, luckily for us that in December you have the JC signing window. They had already signed a really good class of junior college transfers. Then the transfer portal window came. I think we had about 3 more guys kind of fit exactly where our vision was, needs, depths, all those things. So I think we're really good. It's definitely the start of where we are wanting to go. And it's just like the foundation right now. And a year from now, just keep adding, keep stacking, trusting the process of what we do and how we've done things is going to be really, really special.
The offensive line is going to feature 5 new starters, a lot of new faces, but with that brings opportunity. Tell us about that and what the competition has been like in that room.
It's been fun because you said it exactly right. We got 5 new starters. We got 10 new people to the program, 11 including myself. Coach Shane Smith, I brought him with me as the assistant line coach. Like, we've had a lot of new in there, and it's fun and it's exciting just from every offensive line standpoint of just trusting your process of what you've done, building a trust with one another, competing. There's no ones, twos right now. Everybody's trying to earn that spot. Do we think we have an idea of who we are? Absolutely. But continue to battle and continue to play with each other and building trust and continuity with each other, whoever the 5 are out there.
So Koa just broke the news to us that Brayden Walker has been named a captain. What does it mean for you to have a brand new player to this program get voted by his teammates as a captain?
It's pretty cool, but everything's to Brayden. I mean, Brayden came in, worked his tail off. He earned it. All the credit goes to him and what he's done. But for a younger player, a new player to our program that come in and earn the respect of other people amongst the community, amongst his teammates, that speaks volumes of who he is as a person and a player.
With the 5 new starters, at what point in camp or what do you want to see in camp? Do you say, hey, we can't be rotating these guys so much anymore. We need to get the 5 guys and they need to start gelling together.
100%. You have I would say you have your 1A, 1B right now. You got the 5 that you feel really confident about, but then you have that 6th and 7th guy that might be the swing tackle or might be the guard tackle body. My background where you didn't have 10 guys to roll out a full another group of hockey line shift and stuff like that. So it's been my mindset with that is like, who are the 6th, 7th, maybe 8th guy, and then gel those 2 pieces together. And I think we've done a good job of being able to figure those pieces out.
So with your vision for the O-line group, if you had to pick a word that fans will describe this unit as in December, what would that word be?
Physicality, all day. They're going to go out and hit some people, and hit them hard.
As an offensive line coach, this is more of just my own curiosity question, something that I learned this offseason. So Rice and their offensive line, there's no left and right? It's far side and near side. So they can swap, right? Or they're not swapping. Like, is that harder or easier, or what do you think about that?
You're the second person to ask that. We don't do that. It's
know.
definitely left guard, left tackle, right guard, right tackle. The quick side, strong side is something I have done before. I played in that back in 2009. We had that in our system. We built that. There's pros and cons to every system. We're not flip-flopping strong and weak. There's a little bit more nuances that go to that, but it's guys that do that. I know Vanderbilt did that last year. They firm believer in that's their system. They did a great job with it. But yeah, we're definitely not doing that.
Different philosophy.
Different philosophies. It's just as me as a player when I did that, I knew certain things that this told me this right now. Whether I was on the right side or the left side, I had this block. This is what I was executing. I was down. So more gap sounded than anything else.
All right, 2-point, 3-point. Ideal? What's the ideal stance here?
You know what? Everyone's got their philosophies. At our other place, our tackles were in 2 points. At times they were in 3 points based on situation, based off play. Being where I've been before, like you're in a 3-point unless you were an open side tackle. Situation is a 2-minute. What is it? So I am definitely you have freedom amongst whatever the plays are, but like the guards are going to be in 3-point. Tackles are going to be in 2-point unless you're an attached tight end.
What's your favorite meal? Like, if you said, this is my last meal, this is what I'm going to eat.
I'll tell you what, there's some great food out here. My wife and family, they've been for 2 weeks in camp. They've been out in Minnesota, okay? Every camp, they go have fun, be with the family. So me bacheloring up during camp time, we get our meals here, but then it's, you got these off days. Like, I'm going to go try and find some out. There's a place down in Cawley that, Elation has a great pizza. Unbelievable pizza over there. So
Chelsea Bakehouse.
Yeah, great spots. Really good spots around here. And it's been fun to venture out as an O-line guy. A favorite, I haven't found one yet, but there's some good spots.
All right, boxers, MMA guys, baseball players, they all have walkout music. If you had to pick a walkout song for your starting O-line,
Man.
what are you going with?
Man, that's a tough one. It might not even be a song, but like back in like when I grew up in middle school, wrestling was pretty big, right? Haven't watched wrestling in years, but the Stone Cold Crash come out, like that's resonating. The glass breaking, walking out, that kind of
That crowd pop was always amazing.
God. It was unbelievable. It's like, but that was back 18 years ago now.
And we're all old guys here.
A lot of new faces on the offense, a new offensive coordinator and Cody.
Yeah.
What can fans expect to see from this offense this year?
Man, last time me and Cook were together in Hutch, we had a lot of fun. We had a lot of points. But you're going to see the passion that come out of our players, the toughness, the competitiveness, and just it's going to be a fun time.
So the quarterback battle, we got three very different guys battling for the spot. They all have very different skill sets. How hard is that for the O-lineman to kind of adapt to, from going from like a guy like Quinn who can run and move to a guy like Ryan who's all about throwing darts?
You're exactly right. You've got three guys right now. I mean, a fourth. I mean, our young guys. He just threw a bomb the other day that it was very surprising. I'm like, hey, he might have a chance, So we don't know who it is yet, but from the offensive line standpoint, is he the more pocket passer guy? Is he the escape the pocket guy? Whatever it is, you need to know where he's setting up. You need to know where the launch point is, right? But I think the system of what we've done and how it is in place allows every quarterback success amongst what they do. And for us, that's important, as continuity of what it is. And the plays are built that way. I think it's going to be a fun battle. It has been a fun battle, and we'll see what happens.
I guess I'll ask a follow-up, because last year we had a very mobile quarterback, and it got us with the ineligible receiver or ineligible man downfield, because I'm guessing they're thinking he's running at that point, so they get too far down. How hard is that for an O-lineman when they have their back to the quarterback?
That is frustrating, but you're in a system where it's like, oh, he should have handed it off. Oh, he should have passed it, right? Like in the RPO system, like you bust a big run, but the pass could have scored a touchdown, and vice versa. So you live with it, you die with it. If they start, we're going to run the heck out of the football, and if they start calling legal man downfield, we'll reevaluate after that. But they got to call it first.
Do you have a message for Monarch Nation?
Man, come out and have fun. Enjoy it. We're going to put on a show. The stadium's awesome. It's beautiful. I can't wait to see it tipping off with Norfolk.
Message for your family.
Man, love my family. Love my guys. Love my wife and kids. They're coming back. I pick them up tomorrow. So can't wait to see them.
All right, thank you so much, Coach.
Appreciate you. Thank you guys very much.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, we're here with quarterback Quinn Henicle. How are we doing today?
Great. It's been a bit of a long day, but I'm hanging in there, doing great. Excited.
All right, so entering this offseason, what was your biggest goal to improve yourself on the field?
I would just say pocket presence, having that calmness in the pocket, trusting my guys up front, and being able to deliver a good ball from inside the pocket, for sure.
Quarterback competition, and they haven't named a starter yet. All the talent in that quarterback room, how has that helped motivate you and work hard?
Yeah, I mean, it's been great. I love all those guys in there. They're really good football players, like you said. It's motivated me to be better, and they push me to be better. I push them to be better, and we help each other out too. We're good friends outside of football, so it's been a great experience so far.
All right, so being a quarterback, film is a big part of that job. Have you been able to get all these new receivers in and kind of start working with them in the film room?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we started that in the offseason way back in the winter. We go in Coach Smith's office as a quarterbacks and receivers and watch it together, build on that, especially with the choice game. With our offense, it's big to be on the same connection. I think we've done a great job with that, and I think these guys have it down great, and I'm excited about it.
Offensive line, 5 new starters, a lot of new faces on the offensive line. What can you tell us about that room and that competition and how those guys are gelling?
Yeah, I mean, they're big, physical guys. They love to work. They love to get better. They're hungry, which I like. They need to be hungry, need to be violent. So they're attacking every day to get better. They're excited to work. Yeah, can't say enough good things about those guys.
All right, so we know there's some receiver battles going on for positions as well. What for the fans that haven't been able to see these guys play yet, how would you describe this unit?
I'd say they're very very hardworking and they want to get better. They're very explosive too. A lot of contested catches, a lot of smart route running, speed, explosiveness, a lot of stuff like that. I mean, it's an exciting group of guys to watch, to throw to work with in general. Love them, so it's gonna be fun.
A lot of returning faces on the defense. One of the top teams in the Sun Belt on the defensive side a year ago, and looks to be one of the best this year in the Sun Belt. What's it like going against those guys every day?
I think it's a blessing going against those guys. Coach Tyler has a really unified, gelled group. They're all on the same page every day. Physical group, they fly around. So, I mean, that just gets us better. Going against that, I think it's the best defense in the Sun Belt. I would like to say that. So, having that to go against every single day, that resource, it only gets us better, only motivates us more, only gets us more physical, faster. So, it's great. I love it.
All right, so Kody Cook named offensive coordinator this offseason. Talk to us about your relationship with Kody and what kind of coach is he?
I can't say enough good things about Coach Cook. He's awesome. Great players coach. He's very very motivating. He gets on us, but in a good way. He's very supportive and he helps us a lot. He's made me a better quarterback, 100% from the time he's been OC and been working with us. He's just a great guy. I mean, hanging out with him outside of football too, being able to go in his room, just talk about life and really anything, and he prepares us. He's very motivated, has a similar mindset, so it's been great working with him.
If you could choose one word to describe this team, what would it be?
Violent, for sure. I think guys just want to hit, want to get out there, want to be physical, want to win football games. So.
All right, so we got the news earlier. Brayden Walker has been voted team captain. So as a quarterback, you got to have that great relationship with the center. What is it like to have a good leader like that in front of you?
Yeah, it's awesome. B-Walk's my guy. We hang out a lot. He just got here in January, but I feel like we built a great connection. Love him, and having that co-captain in the offensive line group to get those guys going is amazing. Having that help, and I not that they really need it. They're all very motivated guys, but like you said, to have another captain on the offensive line, it's awesome.
If you had to pick a walkout song, like a wrestler or MMA fighter, what song you picking?
Probably "Welcome to the Jungle."
Strong choice. All right. Your mom and dad come down to all the games. Let's say your mom says you get to pick whatever we're having for Sunday dinner. What is that meal?
I'm going spaghetti with meat sauce and garlic bread on the side. Italian, 100%.
You have a message for Monarch Nation?
Oh, yeah. Can't wait to see you on September 5th. Can't wait.
Do you have a message for the family?
Love you guys. Excited to see you guys, too.
All right, thanks, Quinn.
Yeah, thank you. Good.
All right, we're here with senior linebacker Koa Naotala. How are we doing today?
Doing good, doing good.
All right, so this was a tougher offseason for you coming back from injury. What did you learn about yourself during this experience?
God is great. Even through not playing and being hurt for the majority of the 2025 year in general, there's a lot of lessons learned, and that God is great no matter my circumstances, whether I'm on that field making all Sun Belt or whether I'm having to take a step back and being injured and just seeing my team play. But man, was that a blessing! Being able to see my brother play, man, I love that, and just being able to see the defense and just our team in general ball out, it was a blessing.
Seth really did have a great year last year.
Did you and Mario last year both kind of injured and on the sidelines? Did that kind of help, like having someone else kind of going through it with you?
Yeah, for sure. I think when you are hurt, it can be a hard time, but when there are other people with you going through that, it definitely helps.
So going into the offseason, once you were healthy enough to start working for this year, what was your biggest goal in the offseason?
Really just getting back to my former strength and speed, just physically, because I know mentally I know what I'm doing. I I know the playbook. I know I can make the reads. So I think for me it was just getting back physically.
What is it about Old Dominion that you think that makes you say this is the place for me?
I'd say it's just the people. Man, if it weren't for my teammates, man, it'd be so much more difficult just in general. I mean, those are my brothers right there. So yeah.
All right, so your mom calls. She says, you get to pick what we're making for Sunday dinner. What are you picking?
Shoot. I'd probably say my mom's fried rice and then my dad's his garlic chicken wings. Yeah.
You could pick one coach to, put the pads on and join you guys on the field today. Who would that be and why?
Shoot. Let me think about this. Just got to make sure. Man, Coach Vic moves out there like he's still ready to play, so maybe Coach Vic.
All right, so Coach Seiler, obviously the linebacking unit always produces at Old Dominion. What is it about Coach Seiler that allows him to continually produce with the linebacking unit?
I think the linebackers and the defense in general, I think he just demands that standard from us. And he always tells us, or like for us, like we'd have it no other way. Like he demands that high standard from us, and that's what's able to make us, be so productive in our room and on our defense.
This year, a lot of returning production on the defense, a lot of starters back. Not so much on the offense. One, what's that like having so many guys back on defense? And on the offensive side, does that add pressure to the defense, thinking like, it's 10 new guys out there?
It's cool having all these dudes returning on defense. It definitely, makes me feel good. But as far as the offense, I would say no. Like I think a lot of the people we've had come in to, kind of step into their role on the offensive side. I think this spring and this fall has been really competitive, and I've loved what I've seen out of our offense.
So did you guys already vote on captains?
Yes, sir.
So you got to see.
Yeah.
Congratulations. What is it like to be voted as a captain by your teammates?
For me, I think it's better than any accolade I've ever had in college football. Better than being all Sun Belt, better than just any other award I've gotten. Just having my teammates have that trust and confidence in me, it makes me feel proud. It makes me feel proud as a Christian. It makes me feel like I've made an impact and that I'm loving all my teammates and leading my teammates in the way that I should.
Who are some of your teammates that fans need to know about this season?
Let's see. I'd say on the defensive side, we already know we got Mario Easterly, Mario Thompson, Dre Lynch, Chris Forbes, Ladarian. Obviously, at linebacker. Even if I wasn't there, I think we would be 100% good with Jackson Forrest. And we have Jamez Drummer coming back. He's been in this defense before, and I mean, I think we're just loaded on defense with our corners coming back with Zion and Crutch and Justin Watts, and then Struck and Asher. Man, I know I'm just naming the whole defense, but man, I'm ready to see them play. And on the offensive side, Brayden Walker, he's a transfer from Elon, just came in, and he was just voted captain. I mean, I think that says something. He just came in as a transfer, first year, voted captain. To me, that definitely says something. And then at receiver position, I'd say we got JJ and Kendall. Yeah, you definitely have to watch out for them.
All right, so we know your family is all about love. Do you have a message for the whole clan?
Man, I love you guys, and just love the support and just the way you've raised me. I just love you.
One thing that stood out to me, like in spring and even in fall camp so far, is the guys in the middle, the defensive tackles, nose guards, whatever you want to call them, like Bucci Farmer, Dre Lynch, etc. And those guys just do all the dirty work, right? Eat up tackles to free you guys in the linebacker room up. Tell us about those guys.
Man, they never get enough credit. I couldn't do what I do without them. Like, I know that might sound like cliche or whatever, but truly, like, if they're not eating up those double teams and letting me play more free, I couldn't do what I do. And even then, sometimes they'll eat up a double team and make the play on their own. So, you know what I mean? Like, they're just dominant down there.
Koa, I first want to thank you for being a Monarch. You've been exemplary as a student athlete, and I've loved watching you play. But do you have a message for the Monarch fans out there?
Man, you guys just keep showing out, and we won't disappoint you.
All right, thanks, Koa.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Cole.
All right, we're here with the big man, Chris Forbes. How are we doing today?
Doing great. How are you?
Doing fantastic.
Chris, for folks that maybe haven't seen you play on the field, how would you describe your game?
I just say consistent, disciplined, and dominant. Just bringing those three things out every day. You get to see things, get to see goals, and strides.
All right, so the defensive line. Is there if you guys had to describe yourselves this year, if there's a certain mentality, what would it be?
We strive to be the best in the country, so we want to be have the most effort and be the most violent, and just when we're on the field, we want to be making noise. Just know that we're on the field. We just want to be the best that we could be and be the best in the country at the same time.
This preseason you've gotten mentioned for a couple of awards, etc. How does that feel? And how are you going to carry that into the season?
It's always good. It's a blessing, but at the same time, at the end of the day, it means a lot. But at the same time, it's nothing to be proven for a preseason. It's so much more to be done, and I can't feed into it until I really go out there, put the work in. We put my name to it.
So this offseason, since the portal started a few years ago, there's been a lot of churn and burn. But this offseason doesn't seem like that for the defense. We have a lot of guys back.
Yeah.
So what was it like coming in and knowing how many of your guys are back for this season?
It's great. I feel like we have a lot of trust in Coach Sauer and in the program, and we have a lot of trust in each other on the field. We just trust that everybody can get their job done, and having trust and belief, it just takes us a long way.
What's the part of your game you worked on the most this offseason?
I would say just being better at, good things. Probably my pass rush, getting off the ball, and different things like that. Just, making sure every part of my game is tightened up to the point where I can go out there and just be the best player I could be.
All right, so MMA fighters, wrestlers, boxers, they all have walkout music, right? If you had to pick a walkout song for yourself, what would it be?
Well, last year I did a lot of listening to Games of War by NBA Youngboy. I feel it really hyped me up before the game, so I would probably pick that song.
The offensive line, brand new unit, right? Compared to last year, you're going against those guys every day. What's that like, and how do you think this unit's coming together?
I think it's amazing. I think we get a blessed opportunity to compete with each other every single day, and that's really all we can ask for, is to be able to go against each other, compete, just make each other better at the same time.
All right, favorite meal to have at any time, like your go-to?
I love pizza, but I would say either pizza or lasagna, those two, or some type of pasta. I love pasta, so those Italian dishes is where it would get me.
Do you have a parting message for Monarch Nation?
Just thank you. We're gonna go out there, do what we can do. Just put on for you all, and thank you for everything we do, and thank you for everything.
My last question: your family, obviously, they love you. You love them. Do you want to give them a message right now?
Oh, I'm just beyond thankful. Once again, beyond thankful. Everything I do is for you all. I've been playing football since the age of 5, and my family, my parents and my brother's been to all my games. They've even been to all my games since my freshman year when I was traveling, but I definitely wasn't playing. So it's just been a blessing. I'm very thankful for it, and there's more to come.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Chris. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, we are here with Trey Hall, running back from Vicksburg, Mississippi. So tell us about your decision to become a Monarch.
My decision to become a Monarch was a tough process, leaving Ole Miss. I felt like it was the best decision for myself and my family. Making the decision was hard because I didn't hit the portal till the last day. Getting in there with Coach Lucas, Coach Louvet, Hunter Sam, Coach Ricky Rahne. all of them played a big part of me making my decision. I just feel like it was the right fit for me at the moment, and I just made the right decision, and I love that I made that right decision.
All right, so Ole Miss had an amazing run last year because of their great running back room. What were you able to take away from those guys and playing with them?
Playing with them guys and seeing them guys, I took a lot from them. They had different like attributes and stuff like that. From like Key1 Lason was more like a speed back, make you miss and take it for the distance and things like that. We had big backs. Logan Diggs, I mean, he was a shifty back, but he was like a big back at the same time. And I just took a lot from them, pieces from them, and add to my game, things like that.
Your time at Old Dominion, since you've been here, what's that been like? Has anything surprised you, or something you say, hey man, this is really cool, or?
Being here, it surprised me. Like the guys around here, they really surprised me on coming in from Mississippi, far from home, and the guys that welcomed me in, coming from SEC to Ole Miss, not coming in with a chip on my shoulder. Like I feel like they made me comfortable, and made me feel like I belong here. Yeah.
So for those who have never seen you play, describe your game.
Describe my game. I say what can I say? Just a guy that can do it all. I mean, I feel like I'm a guy that can be on the field at any down, first, second, third, whatever down it is. I'm just a spectacular guy, electric as you can describe it. Home run hitter, can make you miss, can take it away, take it down the field at any moment, any time of the game.
With your injury last year, what did you learn about yourself, not being able to play, and how do you hope to apply that this year?
Being down, I mean, I learned a lot, learning that this game can leave at any moment, and I learned a lot about myself, learned that I need this game, and me being down just showed me that I really need this game. It's really a big part of me, and I wish to come back and add a lot to my game. I got faster. I feel like it was a blessing that had been injured. I learned a lot sitting out, but I feel like I'm way better. I feel like way healthier coming back in, coming to OD Menu, things like that.
So, as fans, we think you and Dev have a chance to be one of the best 1-2 punches in the G6. What is your and Dev's relationship like?
Me and Dev, that's my guy, man. Coming in, coming from a big school, like Dev was the first one to wrap his hands around me. And, it was like I knew him for a long time. I came in, we both had the same mindset that we are both trying to make big plays and go out here and show the world that what we can really do. Like for OD Menu, him having a great year last year. I'm just coming in and finding my role in the team and do whatever I can do to help the team win and things like that. So, yeah, we got a great
Last year, the Old Dominion running game had a lot of explosive plays. One of the tops in the country, 70-yard, 60-yard, 50-yard runs. Can fans expect to see more of that this season?
Oh, yeah, we're going to get them a show. I just feel like we're going to make big plays. I feel like we'll come out there and have a chip on our shoulder and come out there and make big plays and explosive plays, things like that.
All right, so week 1 is coming up. If you could pick what that pregame meal is, what would you pick?
I ain't really a big pregame guy, like to eat. So I'd probably say some pasta, a little pasta with a little bread on the side, and some water and Gatorade. It'll be my pregame meal.
Sticking with food, what's your favorite thing to eat? Not necessarily like before a game, but just in general.
In general? I'm from the country, so I like steaks. I ain't gonna lie, steak probably one of my favorite meals. And Raising Cane's too, like they just say, like Cane's is my top meal, If come from Mississippi, we ain't really got it in mind where I live at, so I love Raising Cane.
All right, so fighters, like MMA, boxers, wrestlers, they all have intro music, right?
Yeah.
If you had to pick an intro song for yourself, what would it be?
I go with All In by Lil Baby.
If you had to pick one of your coaches to kind of suit up and join you guys on the field, which coach would it be and why?
I gotta go Coach Lucas, my running back coach. I just feel like to play this game, you gotta be a little off out here. You gotta have that mindset and that like that. I feel like Coach Lucas got that mindset to come out there and suit up with it.
You got a teammate from JUCO on the team, right?
Yeah, I got a couple.
All right, so talk to us about what it's like to get back together with those guys and being at Old Dominion together.
Man, it's feel good. I feel like it wasn't true that we back together, but we had just left JUCO together, and to see these guys, a couple of these guys come in, and I played JUCO with them. It just felt good. Like I just felt comfortable around them, and knowing the things we went through at JUCO, coming out of JUCO, it's kind of hard and things like that. But to see them here and see them smiling like that, it meant a lot to me to see them us in the same position.
Let's give you an opportunity to kind of spread the love to your teammates. Who are some of your teammates that fans need to know about for this season?
And the fans need to know about all my teammates for one, but if I were to choose one, I'd say Montreal Chapman. Trey, yeah, he came from Mississippi State. He's a transfer. We both went to JUCO together. I went to Ole Miss. He went to Mississippi State, coming out of JUCO, and I just feel like the fans need to look out for him. He's a great kid. I mean, he ready to eat. He got a chip on his shoulder, and he gonna do good things this year.
All right, so being a proud Mississippi guy, if you had to tell someone what Mississippi football is all about, like high school ball, how would you explain it?
I'm gonna keep it real. I mean, I feel like Mississippi is like an underdog, and I appreciate that. I mean, I feel like we overlook, being so small and not being the connections, things like that. But I can say that Mississippi is an underdog like little city. I mean, I got some guys down there that are hungry and underdogs have been overlooked their whole life, and when they finally get the opportunity, I just feel like they gonna show up and everybody get along.
If you were to describe your playing style using a movie title, what movie would you pick?
I mean, as a running back, I think I got Fast and Furious, right?
Oh yeah, Fast and Furious. Appreciate that. Yeah, Fast and Furious, my favorite movie. All of them, 1 through 7, 1 through 10. I watched all of them. Yeah, Fast and Furious for sure.
All right, so we have a social media account. Your mom recently started following us, so we want to give you a chance to give a message to your mom here.
Shout out my mom, man. I mean, without her, I wouldn't be here today. She always keep up with a lot of things. She's a big fan from Monarchs, whatever school I went to. She always was the #1 fan, and she like to get contact with everybody and look out and just try to look out for us and be fans for us. I just want to shout out to my mom. Love you, mom.
All right. Thank you, Trey. We're rooting. We can't wait to watch you play. Have a great season. Good luck.
Thanks, Trey.
All right, we are here with safety Lucas Struck. How are we doing today, Lucas?
Doing well, man. How about you?
Doing fantastic. So, entering this offseason, what was your plan for the spring to get better?
I think it was about just getting a lot stronger and more consistent in knowing what to do on the defense and just developing was a big thing. And Chad Snodgrass and the other coaches have done a great job, I feel like, and I feel a lot stronger, faster than I did last year.
Coming from Iowa Western, one of the most successful JUCO programs, what's been the biggest difference for you from there to Old Dominion?
Well, I think Coach Strohmeyer down at Iowa Western does a really good job of developing us and getting us prepared for the next level. They preach a lot of the same things that we do here, but the big difference is like the facilities and all the nice things that they have here. We don't really have that sometimes in JUCO, but still really blessed at Iowa Western.
All right, so this offseason was a little bit different for the ODU defense. We didn't lose a lot of guys in the portal. So what's it like to come back with guys like Mario, Zion, and Brandon?
It's an awesome feeling because you get to play with a bunch of guys that you've already went to battle with, and you know what they're going to do, and you could trust them a lot more. I feel like we all trust each other a lot, and they're all very talented. A lot of guys we brought back are all talented, so it's awesome.
As a safety, what's it like getting to see Koa and Mario back out there in front of you?
Oh, awesome. They are such good players and great teammates, especially. They're the ones who are going to pick guys up that are down and give us energy on the team, and it's just awesome. They're so talented, and we're so lucky to have them back.
All right, so if there was an identity for this safety room this season, what is it?
Well, we like to call ourselves the Grave Diggers, and that's the name this year, and we're digging graves and coming for people.
Mario Easterly, a rare in this day and age in college football, right? Been here for 5 years, all 5 years at ODU. What does it mean to have someone like that in this defense and the secondary in specific? And what have you learned, or what can you take away from him?
There's a lot of things you can learn. He's been here for so long. He knows the system really well, in and out. He could play any spot on the field because he knows it. And the fact that he was willing to stay here 5 years speaks a lot, I think, on the coaches too, that they kept him, were able to keep him around with how talented he was and all that, and that speaks props to him and how committed he is with us.
All right, so to get to this level, you have to love the game and the process, right? So at what age did it click for you, like, I love football and I'm made for this?
I think right in like third grade, when I was playing football and my dad was coaching me, and Friday Night Lights, something you can't beat, and I just fell in love from there.
For folks that maybe have not seen you play, how would you describe your game?
I think I'm a pretty physical safety. I like to come down and tackle and get the ball carried, and get to that ball.
All right, so we try to do little fun questions here and there. Wrestlers, MMA guys, boxers, they all have intro music, right? When they're walkout music. So if you had to pick a walkout song for yourself, what would it be?
Thunderstruck AC/DC. We got the last name in it. It's awesome.
What's your favorite meal? Like, not necessarily pregame, but anytime. Like, you get to pick. It's your last meal. What are you picking?
Surf and turf. A little lobster and steak, can't beat that. That's pretty good. That's all I ask.
All right, so you've been in ODU now. This is your second year here. What have you come to love about the university in the area?
Oh, I think the community here is awesome. I think we have a really good fan base. One of the best in G5, I'd like to say. And the water's been neat to have. Being from Iowa, I don't have the water road, so it's pretty cool. And then I think the people here are awesome, like the teammates. They recruit really good people, and we all connect a lot.
Who are some teammates that fans need to know about?
Greg Johnson is one of them, safety from Garden City. I think Asher Horn, Garden City, safety, those are really good. And I think Montrell Chapman's going to have a big year for us, too.
All right, so you go against the ones, the twos, the threes. If there's a guy that you get, and you know, like, you got him, like, you get him, again, maybe you get him for a loss in the backfield, or is there someone on the team where you're like, if I got him, I know I'm doing things right?
Devin Roche. If you could tackle Devin Roche, you're a very good player, because that guy is elusive, and it's crazy. Just sometimes it's so hard to find him in the backfield. He's short and he's super hard to tackle and can make a lot of people miss.
As a defensive player, obviously you don't study the offensive playbook, but like, you go against it every day. How do you keep yourself from not cheating?
Well, I think it's about just taking honest reps and sometimes it is good to study your opponent and know, like, okay, the offense is going to do this. It's just being a good football player sometimes. But I think being honest and just doing your reads correctly and making sure you're seeing the right things is a big deal.
All right, so we've been on road games. We've been at the bowl game. We saw your family. They're really supportive. If you have a message for them, what would it be?
That I really miss them right now, and I can't wait to see them week 1 against Norfolk State.
You have an outgoing message for Monarch Nation?
Let's do it. Let's go win the Sun Belt.
Let's do it. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Lucas.
All right, we are here with center Brayden Walker. So you entered the portal last December. What was it about Old Dominion that made it the easy choice?
I can hold on to this.
I'm going to go back.
All right. Honestly, I would just say that just it being close to home was being a really big decision. It being 3 hours away, being real close to home. Also, just Coach Rahne, he was a big factor. Coach Serch, all the coaches, they showed a lot of love to me, talked really high, and so I just, I thought why not choose this place? It was just the right fit.
Coming from Elon to Old Dominion, what's been the biggest difference for you?
I'd say the biggest difference for me is just a little bit of not really time management, but just having not as much free time, I'd say. Just, having a lot more on my plate, just more meetings, just being in and out the facility all the time. But I'd really just say time management.
All right, so entering this offseason, what was your biggest goals to get better?
The goals I was emphasizing was getting my first step right, just getting my first step right, I'd say, working on staying square in my pass game, and then just getting physical, being fast, strong, just about everything. Just working on everything in my game. So
this offensive line, a lot of new faces, a lot of new opportunity. What have you guys as a unit been working on just to kind of gel and get that camaraderie quicker?
Well, first off, I just say trust. 5 guys on the offensive line. You got to have trust in all 5. So I'd say building trust is one of them, and then also just building. Honestly, I would just say trust. Trust is what we've been building. You got to trust the guys you're blocking with. So we've been doing a lot of stuff to trust each other, and that goes from workouts to building trust from workouts, seeing who we can trust as far as who's gonna try their best.
So for those who haven't seen you play yet, how would you describe your game?
I describe my game as fast, physical, and just furious. Not the biggest guy, so you got to make up with some things. So I make up with my speed, strength, leverage. So
if you had to use one word to describe the team this year, what word would that be?
Hungry. I'd say we're real hungry. We got a lot of guys from different places that all have the same goal. So I just say we're a very hungry team.
All right, so if there was a mentality or a word you would use to describe this offensive line group, what would it be?
Could you repeat that?
If there was a word or a mentality that you would use to describe this offensive line group this year, what would it be?
I would say tenacity, Really, yeah, tenacity.
What's your favorite thing to eat? Like, if you have one last meal, and second part, like, have you found a favorite spot around campus?
Yes. So I would say my favorite meal has to be a nice steak, potatoes, some green beans. But a place that we've been going, it's not on campus, it's a little off campus, but it's a volcano sushi. We've been going there. O-line, we go there as a team. All you can eat, right? All you can eat. So I love that place.
All right, so wrestlers, MMA fighters, boxers, baseball players, they all have walkout music, right?
Yes, sir.
If you had to pick a walkout song for you, what would it be?
Goose Creek by Jace.
If you had to pick one coach to join you guys on the field today and suit up, who would that be and why?
Chad Snodgrass, Coach Snodgrass. I'm gonna choose him because he's I just know he's ready to go out there. You can just look at him and tell he's ready to go back on the field. So.
All right, so you haven't been here that long, but your mom is already reaching out about tailgate. She obviously is a big fan of yours and loves you. Do you have a message for your mom and your siblings?
Yeah, love y'all and just stay tuned. It's gonna be a lot of good things happening. So just stay tuned and love y'all.
You have a parting message for Monarch Nation?
Go Monarchs. Let's ride.
All right, thank you so much.
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Thank you, Brayden.
Yes, sir.